You might have seen this image circulating around in the past few days, but do you actually know what you're looking at? This is the most detailed view of the human cell. Let's go through what we're looking at. Well, over here is going to be the membrane of the nucleus. So here's a double layer membrane of the nucleus. This is how you actually get in, called the nuclear pore. Okay, another one right here. If I zoom inside of the nucleus, I will see these blue things. What are these blue things? These are my DNA. My DNA molecule is actually wrapped around these little proteins over here, here, and these proteins are called histone proteins. And this DNA is tightly wrapped around them, coiled around many times, and it forms these little bundle of fibers in blue called chromatin fibers. This is just a very condensed form of your DNA, okay? And then, of course, you will see some DNA binding proteins, maybe some transcription factors binding there, maybe some DNA polymerases. We don't know. Now, what else do you see here? Outside, you see the cytoplasm of the cell, okay? This is where the watery gel-like solution is. You can see that it's supported by a whole bunch of these actin filaments all over the place. You can see the highway of the cell, which is the microtubule here, here, and here, and here. This is where cargo gets transported. You'll see some weird stuff like this. This is actually a vesicle that is being surrounded by something called a clathrin coat. And if we zoom in here, you can actually see a kinesin protein carrying this guy, this cargo of the vesicle, on the highway of the cell. Of course, the biggest thing is the mitochondria, and if we zoom into the mitochondria, we can actually see a lot of its components. We can see the cristae, we can see some of the electron transport chain components like ATP synthase right here. And if we actually come right over here, we'll notice that right outside of the nucleus is the rough endoplasmic reticulum, and this is possibly going to be the Golgi apparatus. Now, this over here is something called a desmosome. It's basically connecting two cells together, or adjacent cells. So here's one cell, and here's another cell with its own components, and this desmosome here is connecting them together. On the membrane of the cell, you can see there's so many things connecting it to this extracellular matrix. One cool thing you can spot is a couple of receptors here, such as this guy, a toll-like receptor. This right here is actually involved in many immune functions, and all of these other ones here have multiple different functions.